Hey guys, there's not going to be as much to this review as Euro Truck Simulator 2, which I reviewed before this one, so I would encourage you to go check out that video first before watching this one. They're basically the same game anyway, with minute differences. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know I'll definitely be referring to my other review for Euro Truck Simulator in this video, so go watch that one first. But I'm not your boss, so you can do whatever you want, I guess. Don't mind me. I'm just the guy writing the reviews and playing the video games. What do I know? American Truck Simulator is an open-world driving game where you drive semi-trucks around the United States. But only California, Nevada, and Arizona, if you didn't buy any of the other states' DLC packs. Truck Simulator was released in 2016 and developed by SCS Software. While looking at release dates, this is the latest truck simulator released by SCS Software. At the time of this video, they have been steadily releasing content for both Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator to the tune of DLC packs. The story for Truck Simulator is that you woke up one day and you decided to download Truck Simulator and embrace your true calling to drive a semi-trailer truck. Or in England, they call them lorries. Don't know why. Lori never struck me as a very mean girl. Don't know why they say that about her on the other side of the ocean. There is a whole business management owner element in Truck Simulator, but unlike in Euro Truck Simulator, where they lured me in with achievements to buy trucks and hire employees, American Truck Simulator screwed up and didn't incentivize me to do anything more than buy all the garages in the game. What's that? Oh, really? I see. Actually, after I double-checked that achievement, I stand corrected. I bought all the garages, but there was only an achievement to fully upgrade one garage. So the joke's on me. I am the reason the United States is having a housing crisis. Am I not a benevolent god? Much like we covered in my Euro Truck Simulator 2 review, the 2024 Steam Summer Sale popped up, and like the reckless man I normally aren't, I decided to buy some new games. I had an itch which only open-world games could scratch. That and both Euro and American Truck Simulators were like 90% off. And here we are. The gameplay for American Truck Simulator is the same as Euro Truck Simulator. What do you want from me? Okay, fine. You drive around in a truck. When you start out, you do jobs for other people and borrow their trucks for the job. Then, you work your way up to buying your own truck and trailer to get better payment for doing those jobs. After you purchase your own truck, you're able to drive around and explore at your leisure. Otherwise, you're on the clock and on the job delivering someone else's stuff. As you finish jobs, you'll earn money and experience. When you level up, you'll get skill points which can be applied to hazardous materials, long-distance driving, high-value cargo, fragile cargo, just-in-time delivery, and fuel economy. Just like we covered in Euro Truck Simulator, I'm not really here for the pretend to be a truck driver experience. I'm actually here because I wanted to simulate traveling and visiting other places. As I'm sure you can tell from my accent, I am American. But which part? Ooh. Anyway, my primary motivating factor was to drive around in these states. One of the best parts of Flight Simulator is to simulate aeronautical experiences, flying a multi-million-dollar machine, and scout out someplace you'd like to fly. In the same way, I've kind of been drawn to Truck Simulator. I wanted to get an idea of the roads in Europe, see what you might see when driving along a road in France, or experience the drive from London to Edinburgh. But things are a little bit different for me playing American Truck Simulator. If I wanted, I could go drive to these states, take a long road trip, and, don't know, probably ask myself why I took weeks off from work, and instead of making YouTube videos, I drove around and paid extortionate amount for fuel. It's kind of like, I hiked all the way to Everest and all I got was this crappy t-shirt. But here we are. After I earned enough money to buy my own truck, I drove around California, Nevada, and Arizona. Benefits of American Truck Simulator: I actually know the geography here. So I made my headquarters in the worst city in America, Los Angeles. Okay, that's not fair. New York City and Chicago are pretty bad too, but I couldn't drive in those cities in American Truck Simulator, so they're off the hook. I first drove up to the northern part of California to check out the redwood forests. It was exactly what I was expecting / hoping for, but not as magical as actually driving through the forest in real life. Then I explored the cities in California, which California's a pretty state. I get it. That's why people stay there, even though there's way more space over here in the Midwest. Then I explored the desert, hilly areas of Nevada and Arizona, had a look at the Grand Canyon. I was hoping for some significant mountain terrain, but I guess that's hidden behind the Colorado DLC, which was released in 2020. Unfortunately, additional DLC hasn't magically appeared in my Steam library, so I'm afraid I might never get around to driving through any of those other states now. I find myself comparing American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. Some of the differences I noticed were, the roads are bigger in America. It seems like the trucks also went faster in America. I didn't actually try to test that out for science. Someone more dedicated can confirm or deny it for me. The roads did tend to seem more straight in America too, I might add. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but the trucks are way more tipsy in Euro Truck Simulator 2. I've seen my truck bounce back from some crazy collisions in American Truck Simulator. Literally bounced. I like that there's more types of terrain in American Truck Simulator. Even with only 3 states versus the whole of the United Kingdom and Central Europe, in American Truck Sim you have deserts, forests, hills, and mountain ranges. In Euro, there were only really forests, hills, and mountains. The terrain wasn't as varied. But that's not anyone's fault. The terrain is just literally different and true to its location in real life. And I like driving through different terrain. Lastly, there weren't any neat underground travel tubes or fast travel ports in American Truck Simulator. But you don't get a cutscene for most of those things anyway in Euro Truck Sim, so I guess it's kind of a moot point anyway. And again, it's kind of just comparing Europe to California, Arizona, and Nevada in real life. Something which was exactly the same was the unfortunate complexity of playing games together, trying to join each other's convoy and being only successful half of the time. And the only real consistent way to join the same convoy was to host your own convoy first, before right-clicking on your friend's name on Steam to join their convoy and leave your current convoy. On the whole, I think the base games for both Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator are nearly identical playing experiences, just with the differences you would expect between America and Europe. There's a lot of stuff I've thought about since my Euro Truck Simulator 2 review. Some stuff I forgot to add into the review, and some new stuff I've thought up about it. First, there are no animals in either truck simulator. I didn't think much about it in Euro Truck Sim 2 because maybe they don't have the same deer problem that we have here in the Midwest of the United States. But it's a very real driving hazard that deer will wander onto the road and get hit. There was no real incentive to turn on your headlights, other than just legal ramifications. While driving, I found myself practicing some of my actual defensive driving tactics. Well, before I got impatient and installed a mod to give me more experience and money for completing jobs, and then started driving against traffic on the wrong side of the road while looking up stuff on my phone in real life. Don't do that, by the way. In real life, I mean. In the game, it's whatever, but distracted driving is reckless driving. But yes, tangent, sorry. I think forcing the driver to pay attention to the road and look for deer or other animals at night could be a great addition to the game. If it's irritating, just add it in as a toggle on or off, like traffic offense or fatigue simulator. They're basically there already, because we saw tumbleweeds in American Truck Simulator. Just turn those into a pack of Canadian geese and boom! You've got yourself +1 for realism. Also, make those geese invulnerable so the psychopaths can't just run them over. Make them like those cows on that one Mario Kart level. Second. Remember how I mentioned I like driving through different terrain? Well, this doesn't really apply to California, Arizona, and Nevada, because they almost never actually experience this, but add in snow. Maybe it's in the DLC for other states like Colorado, but when it rains in Truck Simulator, the roads do get more slick, and you need to slow down for turns or else you'll skid or the truck will fall over. But driving in the winter is something people could use practice with in real life. My favorite screenshots I've taken have been when there's a thunderstorm in the game, but can you imagine whiteout conditions or fog? Actual, real hazardous weather conditions. Again, maybe make it a toggleable for those that don't want to deal with it, but I think it would be a phenomenal addition for the game for realism. Third, traffic is super unrealistic for certain areas. I didn't notice it as much while playing Euro Truck Simulator because A, I needed to learn new road signs, and B, when in England everything is flipped on its head for which side of the road you're driving on, and C, the roads were smaller, so you didn't notice how heavy or light the traffic was as much. But in American Truck Simulator, traffic was way too light, especially around Los Angeles. LA should be impossible to drive around. Now, roads off in the middle of nowhere, Arizona or Nevada, those made sense to have little to no traffic, or light traffic in smaller communities you drove through. Makes sense. The fact that I could drive from Northern California down to Arizona and drive by Los Angeles without cursing the city with every breath I have doesn't feel accurate. Bigger cities should have more crappy traffic, if we're going for realism. The game should encourage you to take a different route than your GPS is showing you because you learn driving around that area sucks. Again, it's harder for me to notice in Euro, but I know American traffic, and it's way worse than what I encountered. I should rue the day I was born if I find myself behind a wheel in Chicago, New York City, or Los Angeles. Yet another successful truck simulator completed, but without the DLC because I enjoyed playing Euro and American Truck Sim, but I'm not that invested. There's way more out there for DLC to continue the experience on if you're looking for an open world game to wander around in and explore stuff. But I just played the core game and drove around the 3 available states, and that's enough for me. For now. Truck Simulator is a relaxing game to take a long job and put a podcast or audiobook on and just chill. Just like was said in my Euro Truck Simulator 2 review, you can go full ham on the simulation and turn on the realism with shifters, pedals, and more. I was just here for the chill drive and to chip away at the free achievements with the core game. To pretend I was driving somewhere else and just go zen. Hopefully this review has been entertaining or helpful. Hopefully you've seen my Euro Truck Sim 2 review because I was much more thorough there. What do you think? Some reasonable ideas for the Truck Sim game? Maybe there's already a mod for that stuff, or it's already out and I didn't know about it because I'm not getting any of the DLC. Feel free to let me know in the comments. My name is Atratzu, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.